Thank you for having me, bud. I mean, if you had me fill in next week for you, I think I would have done more Joey Bag of Donuts shows than you have.
Seriously, I was just gonna say, at this point, I'm coming over to Thanksgiving dinner.
Mm. Without a doubt, man. There's always room at the table. There's always room at the table. Just stay away from my wife's pie.
Well, that put a stop to things. Oh my goodness. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Donut Bag, part of the Pulse Podcast Network and the PodHub Network. In this episode, I preview the AFC Championship game with folks from each of the teams playing. For the Patriots, I welcome back Tom Murphy from Die Hard Boston, and for the Chiefs, I welcome back Talon Graff from Sports Al Dente. The Donut Bag starts right now. It is the AFC Championship weekend. It's the Patriots and Chiefs. With me to talk about it on the Patriots side is Tom Murphy. He is at TMurph207, columnist with Die Hard Boston and co-host of One Patriots Place podcast. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you for having me, bud. I mean, if you had me fill in next week for you, I think I would have done more Joey Bag of Donuts shows than you have.
Seriously, I was just gonna say, at this point, I'm coming over to Thanksgiving dinner.
Without a doubt, man. There's always room at the table. There's always room at the table. Just stay away from my wife's pie.
Well, that put a stop to things. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Sorry.
Anyway, no, that was perfect. So, before we talk about the Chiefs, let's talk about the Chargers. What the hell were they thinking?
I don't know. Brain dead? Did they leave their game well, no, actually they brought their game from Baltimore, which was the dumbest thing on the planet. All right, it's just stupid. I mean, just beyond stupid. You sit there and you actually think you're going to put a charge into Tom Brady, no pun intended, by throwing 7 and 8 DBs out there. This is Tom fucking Brady. All right, he's not a rookie quarterback who should not be in the league. He's somebody who's seen everything, and he just stepped back and he picked you apart all day long. It could have gotten a lot uglier than it did, but the Pats took their foot off the gas in the second half and just sat back and watched Phillip Rivers have that frickin' 60-minute meltdown.
I just could not believe it. You're right. They thought they could use the same strategy against the Ravens that they did against the Patriots. I'm looking and I'm seeing they're giving Tom Brady all the time in the world to decide who he's going to throw to. I'm like, are you kidding me? It was just absolutely mind-boggling.
I sat there and I'm like, really? You're just going to sit here and cover 3 all day long? Please, no, don't send anybody else. Yeah, completely rely on your 2 defensive ends to get pressure on Tom. No, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. He's going to do this every single time, and you kind of feel bad for Phillip Rivers. 8 times. The man has never beaten Tom Brady, and you can basically blame this one on his head coach and the defensive coordinator, because Tom's just been beating the same scheme out of him for the past 18 years, and it made no sense to me, none.
Yeah, I do feel bad for Phillip Rivers. I mean, he it was him and Roethlisberger and Eli Manning coming in at the same time, and Roethlisberger and Manning got their rings, but Rivers looks like he's never going to get one. But
right.
On to the Chiefs. I'm looking at the weather reports, and it looks a little bit better. It looks like it's going to be a little bit warmer than they initially thought. Maybe not as windy. I thought the bad weather was really going to help the Patriots and hurt the Chiefs. But do you think weather will play a big factor in this?
No, I don't. I really don't. People play, if it's a snowstorm, if it's a rainstorm, that's fine. But, I mean, we're talking about guys that play in the cold all the time. I understand that Mahomes doesn't, but I'm not sure what the difference was in what they're saying the temperature is going to be and the wind is going to be. It's still going to be frickin' frigid out there. It's still going to be frickin' cold. One of the big things that happens in Kansas City that and we all know is that's the loudest joint on the planet that is not Seattle. That people sit right on top of you, but it's kind of hard to make frickin' noise when it's 15 degrees out and you're wearing a frickin' ski mask and a muffler over your mouth and everything else. So it's people will make a big deal out of weather, but like I said, a cold day isn't going to keep you from making a cut. A cold day isn't going to be able to keep you from following a receiver. A cold day may, have you blowing on your hands a little bit if you're a quarterback, but other than that, Tom Brady has played in every kind of weather there is. It doesn't really matter. And whatever happens on Sunday, I really think the weather is the least of the concerns of either team coming into this.
Here's a funny thing: Tom Brady has played in every kind of weather, but has Mahomes? I mean, the home field
that's true.
Hurt.
Yeah, okay. Well, he's got his tiny little hands and everything, and maybe they'll, shrinkage will get him down a little further. But I really think it's going to be decision making and not how cold it is out there and whether or not, Mahomes is used to playing with a glove on or not with a glove. It's the kid is good. This team is fantastic. There's a reason that they're the number one seed. The biggest reason is the fact that the Patriots gave up a touchdown to the Dolphins in the last 11 seconds of the game. But other than that, this team went out and they beat who was put in front of them, and they earned this. So I'm really not. I'm not going to be one who sits there and let somebody else put the blame on the cold weather or let Tom Brady or anyone else take push it off and say, well, it was really cold today.
So crazy that Miami game affected whether they got the 1 seed or 2 seed. It just such a
it really is. Between Miami and Pittsburgh, those are two games that they could have won. Pittsburgh not as much, but honestly, the Miami game was just it was a miracle. Go ahead, say it was a miracle if you want to. But yeah, that's what kept this team from playing this game at home and is giving everybody on the planet a whole bunch of hope because Tom Brady is 3-4 on the road during his lifetime in the playoffs. They finally found a stat where Tom Brady is under 500 or does not lead the NFL in all-time category.
Yeah, I think that is just very irrelevant. But what kind of is relevant is Kansas City's defense actually looked pretty good last week against the Colts. I know their pass rush is much better than their run defense. Do you think this is going to be a heavy Sony Michel game?
Yeah, without a doubt. This is going to be a heavy Sony Michel game. You're going to see Sony up the left, off the left side, Sony off the right side, Sony up the middle all day long. Their run defense is abominable. The Colts game plan was terrible. It was just awful. They did nothing to set up Luck and put him in a position to excel in that game. Not to mention, I will say that, moving from a dome to outside and playing real football like the rest of the league does, that has an effect on people. And it did for Manning throughout the years, and it did for Luck last week. But no, this is going to be definitely going to be a Sony Michel game. You're also going to see a lot of James Devlin. All right, you folks, get that name into your head because you're going to hear it on Sunday, and you're all going to say who. And he's the Pats fullback, and he's somebody that really clears the row for Sony and can also tote the rock on his own and get it in there and get you short yardage, 4 yards, 3 yards when you really need it. That down and distance is going to be huge in this game, and I think the Patriots are going to have to run the ball to keep it respectable on third down and let Tom come back with play action to move the chains.
The more I think about it, the more this favors the Patriots. I think a huge thing is they're playing each other. This is the second time they're playing each other, so
yeah,
very few surprises. Now Belichick is going to know how to stop it, seeing it the first time. So big advantage. And we talked about Andy Reid, and this is it's choke time.
Yeah, this is it. He's either gonna speed the game up when he should be slowing it down, or slow it down when he should speed it up. He's gonna use a timeout at the wrong time and then not have it at the end of the game when he really needs it. This is Andy Reid, and Andy Reid is going to Andy Reid. Now, last week, people keep saying that he got a monkey off his back. This is a man that's played in how many NFC title games? 4? 1-1. This is it's not a monkey. It's just Andy, and it happens. And for some reason, it happens to not just Andy, but a lot of coaches when they look across the field and they see Bill Belichick down 8 points with 3 minutes left in the game, and they just don't know what to do at the goal line, and time just stops for him, and the game slows down, and it tends to speed up on everybody else, and it's going to speed up on Andy come Sunday.
Yeah, he's unfortunately he's good. He's good with the choking, and
yeah, it is.
When you have a situation where you're favored and you're at home and you think everything is going to go your way, and then it doesn't, and hey, I mean, Mahomes he'll probably be the league MVP, but
right.
This is really his first time around. This is his first, last week was his first playoff game. So this is, and the pressure is amplified this week. So
it sure is. He was under no pressure last week, none. They owned that game from the get-go, and it's easy to it's easy to look amazing when everything is going right for you. It's a little bit more difficult when, things aren't going well. We'll see what happens. Man, I'm not trying to run the kid down. He's earned everything he has in life. He's worked hard. He's definitely the best young quarterback in the league that is, say under the age of 28 or whatever. But yeah, this is the AFC title game, and he's going to be gripping the ball a little tighter. We're going to see whether or not he can make a decision from the pocket and not in an improvised state when somebody lets him get outside. Because right now, all the Patriots have done all week long is figure out a way to contain him in the pocket and make him make a decision before those ends crush in around him.
Yeah. I think the defense is going to bring major pressure on Mahomes, and they're going to need to, because when Mahomes connects with Tyreek Hill against the Patriots, Tyreek Hill has some pretty big games against you guys, so
he does.
That needs to be stopped. But at first I was leaning Chiefs, but I don't know. I'm thinking, and I'm seeing a lot of people picking the Patriots too. So what do you think?
They are.
In terms of a percentage, what do you think Patriots' chance has?
The Pats have a 60% chance of winning this game. They really do. And during an AFC title game, when you're going on the road, everybody's healthy. They know this team. They've played it well. When you look at the last matchup that they had, most of the points that they scored came off of, a fumble at the 14-yard line by Tom Brady, a busted coverage when they were in a zone.